Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're well. So today I'm going to look at information messages for the next couple of weeks. I drew this morning an oracle card off camera, and today I selected the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. The actual card is called Observer. So, after doing a meditation on the card, I received two clear messages. The first one is very much related to looking at a challenging situation from a different perspective. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself. I've been using the word perspective quite a lot so far in 2022, but I think it's an important fact and an important lesson for us to look at situations from a different perspective. Now, the message I received this morning was about distancing ourselves in order to gain a new perspective on a situation. And by doing so, maybe understanding more about our circumstances from, I would say, a neutral vantage point. So if, let's say, we take the example of the collective consciousness of humanity, we've been going through a challenging phase for quite a while now. Energies of fear, of anger, of division, of separation, frustration, confusion, you name it. And it's interesting, especially people who are highly sensitive souls, it can be so overwhelming to feel the energies coming from the collective. And some days more than others, especially when we have, I would say, certain events happening. So quite often people ask me, how do you deal with it? I'm so frustrated, feeling all this energy. I don't know what to do. Well, the only way to deal with it is about balancing your emotions, controlling your emotions in order to be able to be less overwhelmed. It's not going to be a quick fix. It will take time. It's a process to go through. Now, the second message I received this morning was about chaos. How do we perceive chaos as humans? Well, of course, most of the time we perceive chaos as overwhelming, hard, difficult, disruptive. But what Spirit reminded me this morning was there is a positive aspect of that, a positive side. Chaotic energy will bring immense source of power. So the source of power can be negative, but can be sometimes positive. And what I mean by that, sometimes, especially when we are in a situation where we hit rock bottom in our lives, sometimes during this phase, we can find hope. We are more hopeful. So I would say what I was reminded this morning is sometimes chaos will help us to be propelled forward. But in order to be in this situation, we need to look at this challenging phase in the collective or in our personal life from a different perspective. And I would say the important fact here is, I would say the quickest way to be able to shift our energy to a more positive place is to be grateful for what we already have. So it's going to be different from one person to another. It could be family, friends, being around us, trying to help us, holding space, or just being there for us. It could be you're grateful because you've got food on your plate every single day. You've got a roof over your head. Let's remind ourselves, especially what the collective is going through at the moment. we've got high inflation, and we're talking globally here. And some people are going to find it very tough. So, yes, it's all about looking at challenging situations from a different perspective. It's going to help a lot. I know it's not easy, but this is the clear message I received this morning from Spirit. Now, what I would like to do is to draw 3 cards from an oracle deck, and I think I'm going to use this one. Tarot deck. The Light Seers Tarot. Okay? So, and I'm going to ask Spirit for any other information related to the Observer card. And just let's see. Let's see what we're going to get. Okay. Let's start with 3 cards. Oops. And bear with me a few seconds. I'm going to look at the cards and just see what the messages are or the energies. Okay. Very interesting. It makes a lot of sense again. What did strike me immediately is, as some of you know, in the tarot deck, we have what we call the minor arcana cards, numbered from 1 to 10. And the first 2 cards are number 3. 3 is all about creativity, creating something new. And looking at the energy so far of the readings, I would say, especially for the collective consciousness of humanity, it's all about trying to shift our energies in order to create a new reality. But for you, maybe in your personal life, it could be a new job, creating a new life for yourself. So that's interesting. That's what struck me immediately. Now, the first card is the 3 of Swords. As you can see, it's a very powerful picture. She's screaming, and it's interesting, the first word I heard was desperation. Remember I mentioned here? Some of us may, at the moment, hit rock bottom. You don't know a way out. You feel the pain, because the 3 of Swords is about painful emotions, it's about grief, it's about hurt. But the clear message here is you need to take it easy. You need to go through the process of releasing and healing. It's about expressing your sadness. You want to cry, just cry. You want to scream, scream. It's so important. It's a process to go through in order to release the pain, to release the hurt or the grief in some situations. But I would say it's a good description of the energy that we are experiencing in the collective. Because let's face it, some people are going to feel desperate at the moment in case of high inflation. It makes a lot of sense. Now, the next 2 cards are hopeful. Remember, I used the term hope. The second card is the 3 of Cups. Again, I love the image there. So obviously to me it's sisterhood. It could be sisterhood, but it's about collaboration. It's about working together. It's about friendship. It can be sometimes about celebration. But the 3 of Cups is also about community. And I feel that looking at the messages here from the different cards, the aspect of community is going to be very important for the weeks, months to come. Being there for each other, holding space, helping each other, is going to be so important. And what I'm hearing is it's time to set aside our differences and work together. It's going to be so important. Some people are going to feel so desperate. And I think it's not the time for division and separation. It's a time to set aside our differences and unify. That's what I'm sensing. So again, this is a card of creativity, okay? So it could be you create a project with other people and you have the same goal, but connected, related to the Three of Swords, I feel is inevitably come a point, people will come together and help each other. And I just hope we set aside our differences during these times. Now the third card, beautiful, is the Six of Wands. Look at her. She feels victorious. Well, the Six of Wands is about victory. It's about victory after a challenging phase. So, looking back at the other cards, to me, Spirit is basically telling us, if you make the effort to be there for people, if you want to collaborate with them, if you want to help them, because they are in desperate situations, yeah, it's all about reaching a milestone. It's going to help tremendously. So I think the message is very clear for the next couple of weeks, and I think it's going to be weeks and months to come, to be fair. During such a challenging phase in the collective, I'm hearing it's time to help your sisters and brothers. If you feel abundant in your life, if you feel that you've got plenty of food, if you feel that you can help someone else by giving them, for example, food, or being there for them. As I mentioned early on, it's not the time for separation and division. It's the time to be there for each other, especially in local communities. So bear that in mind. I think it's a beautiful message for this week. So thank you for watching. I hope the information was useful. Thank you for liking and sharing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications on future videos. If you would like a personal reading with me, please check my website. You'll find the link below in the description box. So again, thank you. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.